I'm eating an Aldi pizza because we had frozen Aldi pizza.
Oh, they're
Well,
not.
not
I
no,
don't
their
mind.
pizzas are really good.
They actually are. I don't shop at Aldi anymore, but they are good pizza.
hmm Anyways, welcome to another episode of Who's Your Nerds podcast. You got Mikey, who's doing dishes, Tim, who's probably playing Destiny. You got Chris, who's probably
I'm
not
actually
doing
playing
anything.
Baldur's Gate. Playing Baldur's Gate here.
Okay, well, Baldur's Gate, I'll accept that.
Hey, Cartman.
And then you got the two Chris's who aren't doing anything.
I'm literally not doing anything. I've been busy though. I wrote an article and ate dinner, and I've been pretty good. So
I wanna take a pause, a moment of silence. Chris is an echo, so that moment of silence is kind of odd.
echo.
There we go. It's better now. For the hell divers who failed to hold Marvelon Creek.
Maybe
Rest
if
in
it
peace,
wasn't
brothers.
locked to PC and PlayStation, Xbox
Hey.
players could have helped.
It's a Sony exclusive, unfortunately.
It probably won't be for long.
Probably not, because we need ODST help.
Not ODST help.
Orbital drop shock troopers.
Or Spartans. I'll take either or, but ODST fit the lore better.
That's what I thought they looked like.
Yeah. It was a hard fought battle, but the automatons took Marvelon Creek because a bunch of people were farming, and I hate this new current like gaming thing where if you're not doing like the meta builds or the meta crap, people don't want to do anything with you. Like I got kicked from lobbies because I'm not high enough level using the meta abilities.
What difficulty were you playing?
Whatever's above medium.
Because if you're in 7, 8, or 9 in the hell dive difficulties, you have to be using the meta stuff. I mean that's true with any game. You're going to tackle like a very
but it's not. There's
content. You have to be able to be up for it. I mean, I can't join a Grandmaster Nightfall in Destiny with ass tier weapons and build. Like I'm never gonna survive. It's worthless to even bring me because I'm gonna be useless.
Well, that's in everything you do, though. Ain't
I
it?
understand using the best stuff, but at the same time, you gotta. Oh gosh.
What is this? Xbox 360? Chris, get him.
Get off the Kinect, Mike.
Jesus Christ.
Keep throwing off my train of thought, even though my train of thought usually gets, squirrel. But no,
I still have the Connect.
I just miss the days of like. I remember I got him to shut his Xbox off one time. No, I just miss the days where it was like I don't have to use the P90 and Juggernaut and the red dot just to be good. I miss the days of like you can go in there with anything. You don't meta is probably a better idea to use, but if you're skilled, it shouldn't matter.
Yeah, but that's a PvP. You're talking PvP with like P90 and like you're trying to compare it to COD. It's a PvE game. I know you're not used to live service PvE games, but you got to use the best content. In Diablo,
Destiny, I did it fine. In Diablo, I did fine.
Yeah, but in Destiny, I'm sure 100% you weren't doing Grandmaster Nightfalls.
Well, that was before Grandmaster Nightfalls.
I was gonna say you're not using if you're doing day 1 raids, if you're doing master dungeon runs, if you're doing anything of heavy, hard content that's like end game content, you need to be using an end game build in anything. Not Destiny just specifically, but in Division, I can't go do a crazy mission on the highest difficulty with ass gear. I'm never gonna do it. You gotta use
it
the
just
best.
Seems like a skill issue.
To go in the best content.
It just seems like a skill issue.
Yeah, for you, you're the one that's getting kicked from lobbies.
Because I haven't had the time to play the game.
Sucks to suck.
It does. But my skill should be more than enough because I don't die.
Yeah, because you're not playing. You have less deaths because you're not playing, clearly.
But when I do
You got-
play, I don't die. Everybody else dies.
Yeah, but you got to get into hard Go do a hell dive difficulty with your ass loadout you're trying to join people on. Let me know how that works out.
You don't even play the game.
I I know PvE content, my friend. Helldivers is just a different form of Destiny. If I had I mean, I could download it on my PC, on my laptop, I suppose, but I'm not gonna really have the best
Don't waste
frame.
your money on if you're not going to be able to run it, type of deal.
Um, if it comes to Xbox, I'll be playing Helldivers all the time.
I've been playing it a lot now too. After I get home from the
Have
gym,
to have in-game builds, apparently.
I'll play by myself. I do fine by
Sounds like
myself.
a good moment.
We don't need to know that you play with yourself. Come on.
Yeah, really. I mean, that's personal.
Get out of here.
Shut the door on your way out.
Leave the tissue.
Just cleaning my room.
I was just changing.
He's just combing my hair.
That was from Trailer Park Boys. You see that scene? That was great. I love that scene. Fucking Cop J-Rock spanking his meat.
I've still yet to see that show. I want to though.
Isn't it on Netflix?
Yeah. Don't they have an animated series?
I don't have Netflix.
Went ahead and bought Netflix. I spent $7, but if it goes up much more, I'm not going to get it.
Is that the
Ad version, yeah.
the ad version? So do the movies have ads like commercials, or do you have the movie straight through?
It'll have some ads. It'll have an ad at the very beginning. It'll have a couple through the beginning of the movie, but towards the end, it'll do like one more ad. Then like the last like hour or hour, like the end of the movie never has ads for the most part.
I can deal with that.
And like TV shows, like a 15, 20-minute show, you have one ad at the beginning, if that. So a lot of times I don't even have ads. And then like Young Sheldon, I'll get like one ad every like 3 episodes.
What's the difference between the ad version and the no ad version?
Basically that ads and no ads. The ad version, you actually don't get access to certain things. Like I still can't watch the new Spider-Man animated movie.
See, that's stupid.
What's
Yeah,
That's
the
not fair.
difference though?
I thought that was stupid too. I should still have access to everything, just ads. I thought that was the point. I'm not going to spend extra money to watch something. I'll wait.
I mean, I know everybody's making a big deal because if you have Disney's cutting out password sharing.
A lot of things
But
are.
well, I mean, I dumped my Disney last year.
So did I, but I still
Right,
have Disney through her parents.
So 1.3 million people dropped Disney in the fourth quarter last year.
Yeah. I mean, Disney. I'll probably get Disney back, but they're combining all 3 apps: Disney, Hulu, and ESPN Plus. They're combining them into one app.
I won't buy Disney again. It's expensive.
It is, but I watch so much Disney.
I can watch
there's
it.
Aladdin.
I can find an
Aladdin's
app
playing
for
in the other
that.
room right now.
I use so much Hulu, so
I can find a hit. I can find it on another app.
Hulu is probably my favorite app right now.
I like Hulu. That
Only
Murders in the Building is one of my favorite shows.
I felt like Hulu had the best app.
It does.
I don't know, I don't know about the Hulu originals and stuff, but Hulu has everything the only thing that's left Hulu was South Park that went to HBO or whatever. But aside from that, it's got Family Guy, Dad,
Futurama.
It's got
Bob's
It's Always
Burgers.
Sunny, Bob's Burgers, Archer. It's got my Ancient Aliens show. It's got plenty of stuff across the board that I watch that I don't mind spending the whatever the shit it is, $14 a month or something.
There's some The one problem with Hulu is like the movie selection. It has a pretty iffy movie
Yeah, but
selection.
Hulu's got weird, like good, like like that's where I saw that, like whatever it was, the Catacombs movie was
Uh-huh.
on Hulu. Like Hulu has like a good like Huluween section. It's got like a nice like Halloween assortment of stuff, and it has like some good like original shows. Not like a lot, but like a couple good like movies. But it's obviously like second to Netflix. But I think
See,
it's
I like HBO. I think HBO is one of the best ones.
I use HBO for like essentially just South Park.
And they're starting to show more sports now, and then they're showing news. They're
I
showing
do like that for
they got
Hulu,
World
for Amazon.
Endurance
Not
Championship
Amazon,
Racing
that.
coming up. I'm excited about that. That is like because those are endurance races, like sports cars, and they'll be covering that. I think they covered this weekend. They have one. I'm pretty stoked about it, honestly.
What is an endurance race for a car? Who can go 20,000 miles?
No, yeah, basically, no, they're timed races. A lot of they do 6 hours. They do them here in America. We have the 24 hours at Daytona, 12
Just
hours of
without,
Sebring. 24 Hours of Le Mans is one of the biggest races in like the world of motorsports.
it's without stopping.
Yeah, they make pit stops and then they have like 3 or 4 drivers per car,
Oh, okay. So they can
but they
switch.
race for 24 hours straight.
Where? What kind of track is this?
They do it at Le Mans. There's a track there. They run it at Daytona. Daytona has an infield section. They run around the oval and then the infield section.
That's so long.
Sebring has a 12-hour race. Road Atlanta has a 10-hour race. This
Like,
year,
like,
Indianapolis is going to have a 6-hour race this year.
I'm surprised they don't make a fucking tornado. They're going around in a circle for fucking 12 goddamn hours. Jesus
They're
Christ.
fun to go to. You can walk
Is
around.
Chevy gonna bring the NASCAR back to it?
Garage, I hope so. That thing was angry sounding. That was a
I
badass car.
loved all the memes. The memes were the best part.
Like they were like it, like even like the people like with it because it was raced in Le Mans, which is in France, and
Yeah.
like even the Europeans were enamored by the sound and the look.
Well,
And
yeah, it was a V8. Who doesn't love a V8?
it
Screaming.
was pretty rocking.
But did you see that? What was it? Ford said they will never stop making the V8 Mustang.
Thank God.
Yeah, and I think
They've already
Chevy.
stopped. They've already stopped the EVs, the truck EVs. They've stopped making.
Yeah, the Lightnings. Those Lightnings didn't do shit. No, I also think I saw that Chevy's thinking about bringing back the V8.
They better.
Uh-huh.
What's in the Corvette?
A V8.
There you go.
LS. Hey, she has a Monte Carlo that has a LS or a V8 in it, and I always threaten to drop that V8 out and put it in her Malibu just to see what happens.
They made high powered. Well, those Mustangs in the 70s were little, but they made V8s in them. Those things were crazy fast.
Mm-hmm.
Funny enough, the other day at work, I was watching somebody like stream on Twitch, like a game or whatever, and somehow it got brought up like, oh, gaming's like not a sport, and I was like, it's not like a physical sport, but I mean like chess is a sport. I was like, why can't gaming be a sport? I was like, if racing is a sport, gaming is. I mean, they're just different sports.
It's a
And
mental sport, not
they were
physical
like, I
sport.
don't know how that is the same. And I was like, well, racing, you're sitting in a car. I mean, you're still like you have to make decisions when to go like faster, slower, like make different
Yeah,
like
but you gotta have that's different.
angles and stuff. You have to like use your brain to anticipate what is going to
But it's
happen. And
not
then
100 degrees in the cockpit when you're in your gaming chair while you're trying
I
to
mean,
focus
and
and make
yeah,
I'm
but
sorry, but I would
hold
much
on,
decisions.
hold
I
on,
would much
Chris.
rather go to a
If
CS:GO
I'm
event.
if I'm in a shooter in like if when I'm playing a game and 7 enemies are running at me, one has a gun, 2 have knives, one is running at me with suicide grenades. Chris, I'm thinking Halo, by the way. And
I know.
and in a fraction of a second, you have to prioritize who is the most threatening threat and then figure out how to take them out and then enact your plan, just like in any other sport or any other thing that you would do that you could call a sport. If you're throwing a quarterback steps back in the pocket, he has to anticipate who's coming at him first off the offensive line. He sees the whole offensive line, left guy's coming off the left tackle first. All right, so he's the one I have to watch out for first. Oh, this guy's running. I have to anticipate where the ball's going to go. Like it's
The
all
the safety
I
shown
don't buy it.
zone.
It's a controlled environment.
the only difference is
It's a
physical.
controlled environment.
The only difference is physical. It's not a controlled environment.
It is. It's a controlled
No,
environment.
it's
You
not.
don't have weather. You don't
Anything.
have.
No.
You don't.
All of
You
that
don't
can
have
be.
temperature. You don't have. There's a lot of play into that.
There's
It's a
just
controlled
as much
environment.
play into things happen randomly in games. You know what's going to happen. Like you kind of can anticipate more in real life what's going to happen than in a game. A random enemy could just lay down for no fucking reason, and you would have to deal with that situation. Like it's the only difference is physical versus non-physical. The mental aspect is still there. Like if gaming isn't a sport, then neither is like anything else that's not like a physical sport. And then by that stretch of the imagination, racing is not a sport because it's not physical in any way.
Racing is very physical.
It's not physical. You're sitting in a vehicle. The only
You ever,
thing you're
you ever go?
moving
Do you ever go race a go kart?
well, not. Yes,
Do you
I
ever go
have.
go kart? Have you ever gone go kart racing?
Yes, I have.
Have
A
your
lot of
arms
times.
ever hurt because you've gone go kart racing for quite a long time?
Have you gamed ever? Have you ever gamed so long
I'm
that
just asking the question.
I'm asking the
When I
question? Have you
game, my fingers
so
hurt and my
long?
eyes hurt and my head
hurt?
hurts.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, racing is extremely physical. I mean, it's like Indy cars. There is no power steering in an Indy car.
If your only thing is that your arms are tired from holding the steering wheel, I could say the same thing about using a controller.
Let's put it this way.
The only
So in the
difference
off
is I'm
season, these guys
saying-
have a workout
saying-
regimen that's equivalent to football players.
I'm
They
using
have to
10
be in that
fingers,
good a shape.
using whole hands to grip the steering wheel. So there's a difference right there.
Race car drivers participate in marathons in the off season. That's how good a shape they're in. You can't just climb into a race car and race. You have to have the physical. You have to
I
have upper
can
body
game.
strength.
I can
That's
game for
in
84
fact
hours straight. Let me
that
know.
is the
Let me know if
that
you
is
can-
the argument that women struggle in auto racing because they don't have the upper body strength of a man. So it makes it that much harder for them to race and stay competitive because of the upper body strength. Because just women are just built different than men. It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with them being women. I'm not saying that women can't race. I'm just saying that is one of the Danica Patrick can work out all she wants, but is she going to have the muscle is she going to have the muscle and build of a man? No.
So nothing that's not physical is not a sport. Then is what you're saying.
I mean, people say that golf is not a physical sport. It very much is.
Well, I mean, you're swinging a golf club, so I would say so. If I mean, like, I would consider golf a sport as much as I considered racing a sport.
Bowling's a sport.
Bowling's a sport. I mean, you're really taking
Bowling, you can be an 80-year-old man and still be in the top leagues.
and rolling a ball. I mean, like again, it's you have to visualize. I need to figure out where the ball is going, how fast to roll it, the angle at which to roll it, where to release it. It's all the same. It's just the difference is that one has to use the entire body, and when you're gaming, you have to enact that with your 10 fingers.
I mean, I mean, racing is considered. It is a physical sport, and I mean, as you get older, it's like any other physical sport: baseball, basketball, hockey, football. You slow down.
So
As you get, it's very rare that somebody can speak. I mean, Mario Andretti was probably the exception, and maybe Scott Dixon now, but majority of race car drivers, by the time they're 40, they're on their downside of the career. Or they're in sports
By
cars.
the time you're like 30 and gaming, you're on the
I was gonna
downside of your
say-
career.
I was gonna
I
say
am not as good as I used to be. 10 years ago, I would be probably one of the top players in like any game I wanted. Now, no.
But that's
And
not all you do, though. That's all these guys do.
so
yeah, but
let's-
professional gamers still retire at like 35 maximum.
Professional gamers, all they do is game.
Right.
In South Korea and Japan and some other countries, they are like rock stars. They're football players.
What were you gonna say, Mikey?
So, you guys are talking about what would be considered a professional sport, right? Between like
Yeah.
racing and gaming, specifically.
But I mean, those are the two examples that I was giving this like person at work. Just
Okay.
for
So-
like a obscure just a random
Yeah.
comparison. But I didn't want to use like gaming and like football or something like that because
Yeah.
those are
Yeah.
actually way different like scales of things. But I was trying to
So,
find
are you on?
like
Are
somewhere.
you on the side? Sorry,
I
are
think they're
you
both.
on the side that gaming is a sport or not?
I would say it is a sport.
At the top levels, if you do
Are you
ranked,
say-
if you
are-
do competitive, it is a
It's
sport.
just not a physical
Yeah.
sport. There's like a physical sport, and then there's like a less physical sport. I mean, physical as in you use your hands, but it's more of like a mental game than it is like a physical game, as in
Yeah.
like football is like a physical sport.
It's
Gaming would
also,
be a mental
you
sport.
also got to be fucking, like good football players also have to be good mentally, right?
Oh yeah,
They
definitely.
got to know the plays. Okay.
I'm not saying those are less sports. I'm
yeah,
just saying
yeah.
like gaming is a sport. It's just like at the bottom of the sport list. It's like still a sport though.
Okay. So I don't mind saying like gaming is a sport. It's definitely on the lowest tier that you could probably put it on. Just because like the way I think of it as like racing and like racing, like people don't think they sit in a car and whatnot, but they have to work their body out. They work out, they go to the gym, they do all that stuff to get their cardio up, they muscle muscle mass a little bit like that. They don't need big huge muscles, but they need to work out to stay in shape, right? But gaming, you don't need to work out. you don't need to.
You
That's
do
why,
in a
like,
sense of staying competitive. If you're not playing the game, 5, 8, 9 hours a day,
Okay, I guess
somebody who is putting in the work practicing the game
So
is
is-
going to get
that's
better.
not what I'm saying. Working out. I'm
Is
saying,
is
You're
poker
working
a
out your
sport
mind.
then?
Are you
cardio,
working out?
weight resistance, cardio, weight resistance. That's what I mean by
You
working
have
out.
to be in shape to drive a race car. You have to be in tip top shape. Like I said,
Yeah.
cockpit temperatures are sometimes 140 degrees. Plus, you have to use
I'm
upper
not.
body strength. There's a lot into it. It's not just
I-
hopping in a car and racing.
I smoke people on the highway all the time. I'm not in tip top shape.
Hey, we're not talking
Again,
about
controlled
driving by,
environment.
smoking a cigarette or,
Is
or a
poker-
joint.
Is poker a sport?
No. I meant like smoke as in like race, as in like cooking.
Is poker a sport?
I would
Yeah,
consider it a sport.
Yeah,
If you're playing in tournaments, it's a sport.
it's again like a mentals. It's not.
Here's
not
my
physical.
thing of it. Gaming is going to be at the 2024 Olympics. That's all I'm going to say.
See, like I don't know if I'd consider it an Olympic sport though. That's
That is
like
not
League
an
of
Olympic sport.
League
That's
of
just
Legends.
making
I
up.
think it's League and CS:GO are going to be at the Olympics this
When
year.
is basketball going to be an Olympic sport? Psych outs and everything.
do enough people around the world play basketball, though?
You need hopscotch in Olympic sport.
That would be, yeah, there you go, hopscotch.
Hey yo, I can't wait for the LA Olympics. We're going to kill everybody in flag football.
Why
So-
can't like horse or pig be a sport? Not basketball, just horse or pig.
Riding a horse is a sport.
That is
They
riding
should
a
do
sport.
horse.
You can die on that. Look at Superman, Christopher Reeve. That is a sport.
I could die playing video games. I can get electrocuted.
All right, good. Speaking of video games, I'm gonna literally explode if we don't talk about this.
What?
All right,
Is
let's
that
not
like
talk about this. I'm
wait?
gonna see something.
Define explode, like your head, or like are
God,
you just really excited about something?
Are you gonna set like a
Or like
nuke off or
diarrhea,
something? A
or-
snook?
No, like my brain is gonna explode
What do you want to talk about? Then we can change the subject as soon as you start talking.
because I don't want to talk about it in the group chat. I want to talk about the goddamn new Halo episode.
That's not
Oh, well,
gaming.
that's
That's
not gaming.
I
How's-
haven't.
That's TV.
I've
Oh,
only
I'm
seen the
sorry.
first
Oh, I'm
episode.
sorry.
I
Is
haven't
Halo
got
not
caught
a
up.
game? Is Halo not a game? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
But you're talking about the TV show. It's not the game. It's the
yeah, it's
TV
called a
show.
fucking segue, bro.
Mikey, you're
It's the
behind,
worst
right?
segue ever.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah. I've
talking,
only watched
I
the
want to talk
first
about this
episode.
game. Can we talk about the TV
Okay.
show of
No,
Halo?
no spoilers, Tim.
What do you
But
mean
that
spoilers?
Mikey hasn't watched it.
Mikey, you have
I
had
only watched the first
so
episode.
goddamn long.
Dude, don't get on me. I'm only on the halfway through
I'm gonna
episode
get
1
on
of
you.
Last Avatar.
I have a question. I have a question.
I want to talk
Freaking
about Last Avatar. That's a good show.
I have a question. I have a question about the Halo show. Do you have to know the game to
No.
understand the show?
No.
No.
So
it helps. It
so
helps
can
in a
the show
sense of
hold on?
kind of knowing what's going on, but no.
Yes,
So-
the show can stand alone.
So if the person I probably won't watch the show because I don't give a shit. But so if I want to watch the show not knowing anything about the game, well, I like the show, but you won't because there's aspects of the show you hate because it's not in the game.
Yes.
Because the show is literally just loose. It's using like the world. It'd be like if somebody took that Harry Potter thing and just made like a spin-off of it. It has nothing to they just made a new like a new timeline, if you will, in with the existing like lore in the games. So you really don't need to know anything.
It's Halo in the sense of it's just the same. It looks the same, and
It's
same
like
characters.
the only thing is like, oh, it's Master Chief, but I mean, like everybody knows fucking Master Chief.
Would it make sense if you describe it as like they use it as a guide, the game, but they don't use it as like a map? Or
Yeah,
like
that's a good description.
I don't know.
So, like there's like a couple like similar like characters or whatever, but you learn about it's not like you don't know anything about them and you have to have watched or played the game to know who these people are. Like it explains it to you, like who these people like it's a standalone show.
Like they get you into like you don't even
No.
you will know what's going on within like the first episode or two. You'll know who the characters are and their backstories. For the most part, their backstories. I shouldn't say like all of them.
It doesn't really matter about their backstories because they're different than the game. They're like similar a little bit, but they're still different. So it really doesn't matter what you know about the game because the show changes some things about it anyways. I.e. this last episode, Chris. We won't say what about this last episode.
This last episode was probably the best episode of the show so far.
100%.
So it's good.
So good that I watched the episode. I'm not even lying. 4 times. I watched it the day it came out. I watched it the next day. I watched it like Sunday night or something while I was playing Destiny, and then I watched it last night because I was bored. And like usually when I rewatch an episode, I like skip to like the good parts or something like
The
that.
whole
like
episode is good.
I literally watched it from start to finish 4 times. And I can't say that for many Star Trek Discovery episodes.
This is probably this. It took me a while, but the show I finally got like I disconnected in my head that it's the that it's like the same universe, It took me until this season, but I finally did it, where I can look at the show and know it's not the game I know and love.
So, are you concerned? Speaking of the this new Star Wars series that's coming out, what is it called? You know what I'm talking about,
What now?
Chris? There's a new Star Wars series coming out.
I didn't know that. What's it called?
Yeah, but it's like a woke.
I mean, it's Disney. It's gonna be woke.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. That's what they're talking about. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, they was just talking about. I saw it the other day. They were talking about it, but they got a bunch of Star Wars stuff coming out, and
I haven't even watched the new. I haven't even started the Bad Batch yet. And I love the Bad Batch.
oh, the Acolyte.
I don't remember much about that. I remember hearing about it coming out, but I haven't really looked into it.
It's supposed to be super woke. Are you concerned? Because it'll be on Disney, I'm guessing. I don't know. Just throwing that out there. I don't think I've watched anything. I can't say that I've watched anything, guys.
I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, the first episode.
Does it suck?
No,
It doesn't suck.
no, it doesn't suck.
I heard differently.
Have you watched it?
No,
I heard
halfway
it
through
sucks.
the episode.
What do you think of it so far, Mikey?
I like it. It's definitely more violent than I thought, which
Oh
is
yeah,
nice.
the opening scenes with the battle of the Airbenders.
Yeah. For a second, I was just like, "How are they supposed to get up there to the air temple?" And then they're like, "Oh, that makes sense." But like, there's just like the little things that people nitpick, like uh, Aang flying without his stick or glider or whatever it is.
It's like
Or
the minor things.
yeah, like again, they kind of use it as a guide. They don't need to follow it.
Yeah.
Like by
It
the book.
follows the episodes pretty well. They changed some of it. And it's kind of like Halo where the diehards are going to hate it, but you know if you can
Yeah.
accept that it's not going to be exactly the same, then it's good.
Yeah. It looks promising so far.
Yeah. I'm excited to watch more. I'm on episode 2. I'm excited to watch more of it.
The only thing I've been watching is the. So I've been so I watch like Swamp People, right? It's the alligators hunters. Well, some of these alligators hunters go to Florida, and they do they hunt for snakes in the Everglades. And this season, they've been pulling out like they pulled out a 16-foot python, and like there was one, they pulled out 70 snake eggs out of just one python, 48 out of another. And it's like apparently they're still destroying the Everglades. They're only like
They are.
they only open it for like a month.
The
But I think they
problem,
should just open it all year round. This snake
yeah.
hunting thing.
Well, the problem is, and I listened to so Joe Rogan has talked to quite a few like people that are down there like fighting the pythons back. And the problem is when they do that, they get too many of the rednecks just going around killing every snake. Then, when they open it, you know, in
Oh, I
like a
think it should be
season,
relegated like alligator hunting. You know what I mean?
yeah. But there are like I think they said that there's like in the Everglades alone, they've like the pythons have killed like 90% of the deer population.
Yes. Well, it's
And they're
90% of the gaming
yeah.
population.
And
That's
like they're going
pigs.
after they're fighting the gators now. Like the
No,
gators
yeah,
are
they're going
and they're
after deer, pig, and gators now because there's
yeah.
nothing else left. There's no rabbits, there's no squirrels, there's no raccoons, no small game there. But think about it.
No
If they
no
only
leopards either. They're killing off the last of the leopards there.
Really? If they take out, let's say, 100 snakes in a hunt a year, how many snakes are laying 50 to 70 eggs? You're not even putting. You can't even get ahead.
Female.
You can't even get ahead.
No. And it's all. And the guy, one of the guys that Joe Rogan interviewed, said that it started off because people were the boom. There was a booming market for people selling pythons. So a couple people started breeding them in the wild, and it just got out of control.
Well,
And
they get so big. They were getting so big they couldn't feed them. They couldn't, they didn't have a place to keep them, so they just dumped them off in the Everglades too.
Well, that too, but they said the main reason. The guy said the main reason is because breeders started it.
It's crazy. Yeah, they need it. They need to relegate it. They need to get into like, the hunting rate, because now they're starting to go into like residential areas.
Yeah,
because it's just so,
the big fear though is if they open it up to like everybody, you're gonna get a bunch of rednecks going in there killing every snake they see.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Regulate it like they do alligator hunting in like Louisiana, like with swamp people. You have to be, you get so many tags per alligator.
Well, the problem is they need to kill all of the pythons.
I agree with that.
So they can't really tag it. But what they should do is you should get a license, and you have to take like a 1-week course of how to identify a python.
Right.
But the guy was like, he hunts. He doesn't just hunt the pythons. He follows them back to like the nesting areas, because you might kill 5 little pythons, but if you don't kill the big moms laying all the eggs and finding all the nesting spots, you're just fighting a losing battle if you're just killing them as you see.
It seems like now like the snakes are getting smarter because
they're not burrowing underground.
They're burrowing under now. Yeah. They're not even above ground anymore. They're laying eggs underground. They're burrowing.
Well, one thing the guy that Joe Rogan interviewed, I wish I could find the interview, but he does 2-3 interviews a week, and I can't find it. But he said he is training dogs to find the scent. But dogs naturally don't want to go near, can smell snakes, because snakes are a predator or bad. So they're training dogs to find them now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't know that. That's crazy. That's crazy that it's gonna.
Yeah, they had a dog found like you said, a clutch of like 70 eggs, and they don't just go poke them and destroy the eggs. The guy said, yeah, you can do that, but you might miss some. The best thing to do is you put them in the freezer and just freeze them.
They were burning them on the show.
That works too.
Yeah.
But he said the best way I've found is just to freeze them. He puts them in the cooler and dumps ice on them and freezes them.
It was and like they're making, and you can make like the bigger the snake, the more money you make.
Yeah, this guy has a whole business. He started a business. He people
say
will
that about porn too.
What'd you say, Mikey?
They say that about porn too. The bigger the snake, the more money you make. Sorry, I just came.
You're fine. You're fine. That's a good one. No, but he started like a whole business on like him, and he's got a bunch of guys. They all just go, they hunt iguanas. Iguanas are a big problem too. They hunt iguanas and snakes. People find them on the like he said their big contracts are golf courses. Golf courses will pay them, the bigger golf courses will pay them like $20,000 to come hunt their grounds for iguanas and pythons.
Really?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it, but I should just Google it. But
might have to get in the alligator and snake hunting business.
Here it is.
It's a know what you're doing.
The guy's oh my gosh, his Joe Rogan and the Python Cowboy. His nickname is Python Cowboy.
Python Cowboy.
Here it is. Episode 2020. August 23rd is when it came out, or August 23 is when it came out, but it's episode 2020.
Who's a Python cowboy? That's what I want to know. Official merch, Trapper Mike. Here we go. He's got a website.
Yeah.
And merch.
Yeah, he found I think he said a 20-foot python or something one time.
Well, there's this one guy, this goofy ass redneck that's on there that don't wear he don't ever wear shoes. Like he just walks around the Everglades with no shoes on. He's just like this goofy ass redneck hippie guy. And he's been skinning the snakes, and now he has gotten with a chef. So he's starting to sell python meat.
Oh, that's what this guy does. He sells python meat, and he has all the snakes he kills. He brings them back to their home base, and they make wallets and stuff out of it and boots.
Yeah, that's what this guy does. He sells the skins. He makes wallets. He'll sell the skin for boots, and he is now selling the meat.
See, and that's what I like. You're not just going out there killing the animal and leaving it. You're using it and not wasting it.
Well, it's like with the alligators.
Yeah, as much as I think it's just what Steve Irwin beat into me. I hate seeing them kill all those alligators, but I know especially in Louisiana, they're a pest.
Yeah, Florida's getting that bad too. But I never understood how people would go swimming in open water in Florida, especially rivers and shit. There ain't no way. You'd eat in a Disney World, for crying out loud.
When we go to Disney and at the end of the month, I'm gonna go swim in the lake and get eaten by an alligator like that one little kid.
Yeah, right. Go ahead and do that. I dare you. See what happens.
And most of those alligators, they're not going to go after humans. They only go after you if you bother them or if they're hungry.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of people. Did you see that video of the alligator going after the people on the golf cart?
Well, all right, Cubs.
Once they start getting into residential, they get invasive and they start attacking humans. Some old lady just got dragged into the water not too long ago.
We're also moving into their territory.
Well, that is true. The more you expand and start building in swamp areas, yes.
Yeah, they're moving into their territory. Like it's not the gator. I don't blame the gator at all. I mean, I do. They should kill the ones that are eating people, but I don't blame the gators for them just living their lives trying to get some sun and eat some snake or fish.
Right. And don't be taking your dog for a walk around a lake. That's the dumbest thing you could ever do.
Oh yeah, that's a light snack.
That's all that is. You're just teasing an alligator at that point.
That's
There's
like
rules.
That's going to a fat camp with a large pizza.
It's the same thing.
Don't blame. It's not. It's when the fat kids mug you. It's your own fault.
That's just true. It's just gonna happen.
What did Miller say? The the Fat Camp movie.
Heavyweights?
Yeah, Heavyweight.
That's a good movie.
I don't remember that movie. I've probably seen it. I just don't remember.
It's got Ben Stiller in it. He's of course he's the a-hole,
Yeah.
It came out in 95.
Bloodliner, he says, but I can't remember.
I saw that at the movie. That's what you could. That's the kind of movies I'm talking about. Those fun movies like that, which probably could be made today. I'm sure it's horrible and not. You know what I mean? I'm sure it's shaming to fat people. So we're not allowed.
Yeah.
I'm on IMDb. As attention campers, lunch has been canceled due to lack of hustle. Deal with it.
Let's put it this way: it's a Disney movie, and it's not on Disney Plus.
Let's just say we're watching the original Aladdin. And they put the little blurb at the beginning about how it shows people in a bad way.
They do that for Gilligan's Island on IFC. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Which I think is the stupidest thing. Speaking of trigger warning, so coming out real soon is there's a documentary coming out on HBO on March 12th about Dan Weldon, who's a two-time Indy 500 winner. He was killed in a racing accident, right? So this story is about his sons. His sons are racing now. They're starting to get into cars. They've been racing go-karts forever, just starting to get into the very beginning stages of racing race cars. So I saw this tweet yesterday because they released the trailer for the documentary, and somebody put TW. This shows a car accident because he was killed in a car accident. Oh my God! Are you really? You got to put a trigger warning. The guy died 13 years ago. I mean, it was horrible. I was a big, huge Dan Weldon fan. I've got an autographed hat. I've got a Dan Weldon T-shirt, but it was 12 years ago, 13 years ago. This October, it'll be 13 years. Are people really that triggered by horrible things that's happened in the past, be it language from an old TV show or a wreck from a racing accident where somebody dies? Is that like a real thing?
You got the two people on TikTok that get upset.
I mean, people get like, are people really upset because Gilligan's Island have natives dressed in grass skirts and have bones in their nose? Like, are people really offended by that?
I think 90% of the people are not offended.
I did see where, and also, didn't Disney like in England rate Mary Poppins like PG for something?
I don't know.
Because of a word, they made it adult, not adult, but rated it. They like rated it higher than G.
Oh, I don't know.
Yes, the film age is raised for discriminal. In it, a derogatory term originally used by white Europeans about nomadic people in southern Africa is used to refer to soot-faced chimney sweeps. Are we that really that good? Yeah, Hottentots. Because they're afraid children will use the word Hottentot, and it's racist. That's what they said.
I thought when you were talking about, upsetting people, I thought you were going to talk about, Dune 2 coming out on Friday, and I'm wanting to see it really bad. I just watched the.
Yeah, I just want the
watched
popcorn
Dune.
bucket. If I have that popcorn bucket, I'm never coming out of my room. Have you seen that thing?
Yeah, I want it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I want it just because it looks cool. But it's just gonna sit
It
on
looks
my.
cool. It looks like a sex toy.
It does, but it also looks really cool because it's it's the worm
Yeah, it is.
that creates a spicy melange.
It creates something, all right. We've also got reboots coming out because there's nothing original. Speaking of Dune being a reboot as well, the Roadhouse reboot comes out in March. And did you hear the newest movie reboot coming out next July?
What?
The Naked Gun is being rebooted.
No.
Produced by Seth MacFarlane.
No.
Starring, comes out July 25th, 2025 in theaters, starring Liam Neeson.
I'm not gonna yell no at that one because that might actually be good for.
This was my thinking because okay, so like Leslie Nielsen was in Airplane and Naked Gun, right?
Yeah.
He was a serious actor for years.
He was.
Until he did Airplane.
And then he became a comedian. He became the classic comedian that people think of.
Did you know he every time he went to an interview, he took a fart machine with him and he would make fart noises during the interview?
Because he thought it was hilarious.
What a genius, right? You can't get any better than that. But I could see that. I mean, do we need a Naked Gun reboot? No. But I could see Liam Neeson as a bumbling idiot cop.
Liam Neeson has a funny streak. He's done some funny movies. He was hilarious. His 2 scenes in Ted were hilarious.
And a thousand Ways to Die in the West.
Yes, that movie was underrated. I don't know why people hated that movie so much.
It's extremely underrated. I just watched it like a couple months ago. It's
I
freaking
die
hysterical.
laughing every time I see that movie. It's $1, boy. Take your hat off.
And what's her name? Who's the chick with the eyes, the Gollum
Charlize
eyes?
Theron. Oh
No.
no. She's in Ted 2 also.
Yes, she's funny.
Amanda Seyfried.
Amanda Seyfried.
Seyfried or something like that.
Seyfried or something. Yeah. Yeah, she's funny too. But I'm not looking forward to the Roadhouse.
Was she in the Mean Girls, the new Mean Girls?
Yes. No, she was in the old Mean Girls.
I know she was in the original. She played the dumb blonde. Like the dumb one.
She's a good actress. Her and what's her name? I get them confused sometimes, but not really. Is what's her name from Aubrey Plaza.
I could see it.
But she's funny. I love Aubrey Plaza. She's hysterical. But she just did that show on HBO. And she's serious. So the White Lotus. So go figure that out. But Amanda I don't know if she was in Amanda Seyfried. Didn't that movie bomb?
Which one?
The new Mean Girls.
No, it was like top of the theaters for a while.
She was in Les Miserables too. She was not in the new movie.
It was, but they budgeted it $36 million. It made $103 million.
That's because it was like literally nothing out of the theater.
Well, very true, very true. But they released it at the right time and it made money, so technically it didn't bomb. I heard good things about it. I didn't. No one. Nothing I said. No one said anything bad about it.
She was Linda Lovelace in that Linda Lovelace movie. That's who that is. She's been in a lot of stuff. I'll be darned.
It got
Is there
the
anything
new Mean
coming
Girls
out?
got a 70% tomato meter and a 62% audience score. Dune 2 right now has a 96 tomato, but no audience score, of course.
It's Madam Web.
Good question.
It's got a 3.8 on IMDb.
12% tomato, 57% audience.
57% audience?
That's higher audience than I thought it was going to get.
You know, if I don't sleep well, like this Friday night, I may go see Dune 2 just so I can take a nap.
Oh, shut up. That movie's going to be good.
I'm sure you'll tell us all about it if you go to the theater and see it, because I'm not going to see it.
Gosh. Not even to get that
Not even for the bucket.
Not
No.
even for the bucket.
Not even for the bucket. The sex.
I want the bucket, but I'm not going to buy it, like I said, because it's just going to sit on my counter like the Batman head.
I love the Batman head, though. I'm glad I got it in my TV thing.
Well, I think the Batman head is the best one I've seen. I got the Star Wars bucket. I actually don't know where that Star Wars bucket
Yeah,
is.
we both got. Didn't we both get the Star Wars bucket and the Batman head at the same time?
I bet you don't have the one I have.
You have
What
the
do you
Taylor
got?
Swift bucket, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
It's free, okay?
Wait, is there really a Taylor Swift bucket?
Yeah, when the movie
Yeah.
came out.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You could
Actually,
probably
that's true.
sell it on eBay in like a few years for like $1,000.
I saw like those guys that sell stuff on like on eBay and whatnot and all those. They were at a they do TikToks and they had already showed up at the Goodwill. The Taylor Swift buckets were already at the Goodwill. So I don't know. Let me see. Let me look on eBay now and see if there's any Taylor Swift.
It is. It's $18, $19 right now.
Is it?
Can you take it in at any time and get it refilled, or?
No, that's not like the $5 bucket thing.
Oh, that'd be cool.
You know how much the cowl is though, Chris, on eBay?
How much is what?
The cowl, the Batman cowl.
Hmm.
The cheapest one is $30.
Really?
Yes. Here's one in Thailand for $40 with $30 shipping. Here's another $60
Huh.
for the Batman cowl. So there you go. $40. 50.
I didn't know it was actually called a cowl.
It's the Batman cowl. You know, like it's his head. The mask, this cowl.
Oh, I didn't know that's what it was called.
Yes. So
You've
the
never
Taylor
seen, like, a
Swift.
helmet in a game that says like something cowl?
No, because I never really read that. I just see helmet and like put it on.
Yeah, they want $30 for a freaking Taylor Swift bucket. Oh, you can get the whole. Actually, this is the 10 and 2 cups for $30. There you go. Look at that. How about that? There's like these things are all over eBay. More than the Batman cowl. These Taylor Swift things are.
Well, because Taylor Swift's cult is willing to spend money.
I guess. I want to see what was that? The Last Jedi bucket, right?
Yeah.
Last Jedi. Mikey, what buckets do you have that you stole from the movie theater?
That's the only bucket I have.
Which one?
The Taylor Swift one.
You really have the Taylor Swift bucket?
Yeah, I got it for free.
How did you get it for free?
They were just handing them out. They had like 6
Oh, you're
boxes.
kidding.
Yeah. They had like 6 boxes, and they're just trying to get rid of them. They're just handing them out.
Did you even go to the movie?
Yeah. No, I didn't go to Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I did. No, I didn't go.
No, I thought you meant like, did you even go to a movie? Like, did I even like? I didn't go there for the movie, that movie.
You were
but I
just
went
there for a movie, and they gave you the
Yeah.
bucket, right?
Yeah.
Really? That's crazy. What Star Wars bucket did we get, Chris?
Well,
Oh, Rise of
Rise
Skywalker.
of Skywalker.
See if it's on eBay. Let's see how much I'm sitting on. I could be selling this shit on eBay. Only R2D2 pepper. Oh, they've got their 20. There's $28, $12. They're not worth very much.
Well, I bet if the movie did better, it'd be worth more.
Yeah, $22. There's a combination. There's a blue one. We got the red ones though, didn't we? Mine's red.
Yeah,
They do have
we
a
got-
blue one. Yeah.
we got the first order ones.
Yeah, $20 is for a red one. 15. So, yeah, the Batman one seems to be the most popular. Fuck
No,
yeah.
I'll keep mine 'cause I do like it. It just kind of sits there.
What, your Taylor Swift bucket?
Yeah, my Taylor Swift bucket. Ugh. Did you guys see Taylor and Kelsey went to a zoo?
No.
Why do we care about them going to a zoo? What the hell?
Because there's no news right now. So
Was there?
What the hell did you say?
what?
Whatever
just
Mikey said.
I was just changing. That's J Rod getting caught. He's just
Oh, that's from Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
That's
He's
funny
just
shit
changing.
right there.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Oh man, that's funny stuff. It's like Doofy. I'm just getting my room.
I was getting changed.
Holy crap.
I'm getting tired over here, boys. Anything else anybody wants to bring up?
No, I talked about trigger warnings and reboots that's shitty, and
I'm
what
looking
else?
forward to the Twister reboot, though.
To the what?
Twister.
For the what?
The Twister reboot.
Twister.
Oh, the Twister. That's not really a reboot. That's like a almost like a sequel thing, ain't it?
No,
Glenn Howell.
it's a reboot from the looks of it.
Well, I mean they're twisters, and
They better say we got cows.
We
Yo,
got a
speaking of twisters, last night I get
we
a
don't want to hear about your titty twister fetish. Just
oh,
stop.
shut up. I got me and Kimberly both got a alert from the National Weather Service for a tornado warning at 3 a.m, and then this tornado sirens went off. So I've been up since 3 a.m. because of the stupid tornado warning.
This is a reboot.
I didn't hear
How
anything.
disappointing. It rained and stormed
It
like
was-
a mother here. Oh my
it
god, it was
was-
blowing. I looked outside my sliding glass door because it was so noisy.
The tornado warning was like 70 and south.
Gary had a tornado, which probably just cleaned up that one portion.
Well, that's probably
of the
good
city.
for him. Let's be honest.
It just cleaned up one portion of the city.
Start over.
It looks brand new.
Hopefully everyone's all right. We're just kidding. We're just kidding.
Yeah, we're just joking, but it is funny to make. Gary is the one to make fun of.
Yeah.
In Indiana.
Yeah.
Anyways, you can catch us at Pod Nerds on Twitter, Hoosier Nerds on Facebook, whatever. It'll always be Twitter. You can watch and listen to us at YouTube. You can catch us at your favorite podcasting sites: iTunes, TuneIn, Spotify, and Amazon.
And you'll never wonder who's your nerds.